The shipment came. We're gonna be needing this another day. If you follow us on Instagram at Becky and Chris, you already know what I'm gonna be doing with these because I did something with these before and I have major regrets for not making a video, so I'm making a video. This set is about to change in today's video. Finally getting around to building the slat wall for this set. Kind of a makeshift temporary setup. So we're gonna start finalizing this side of the room with the slat wall, which we'll be building shortly. But I also have a number of these curtains. Are these different dye lots? I've got a couple of places around the studio that really need to be covered up. Black curtains are kind of the only way to do it without building any like permanent walls. Okay, the air conditioning's on, so you can hear the furnace. I'm not gonna turn it off because, well, it's hot as all outside. And the house tends to heat up very quickly when it's hot out. We took everything out. Basically what we're doing is a black slat wall. Now we did a slat wall back in 2012 in our first house. I'll link the full, blog post in the description box. We made it out of poplar, it was stained, but this time we're gonna do matte black, we're gonna do wider slats, and we're making it out of MDF. So this is gonna be the background for the unboxing area. It's gonna be very labor intensive, couple of days, but with the power of video, it's gonna look like it happened in 30 seconds. Note, it did not take 30 seconds. Probably took a couple of days. Let's go. We need to work around this, and it's proving to be a little bit challenging.
This is the problem. If that wasn't there, we could shimmy it up like that.
Cut the top off it. We're gonna leave about 1.5 feet or whatever up top, then cap it off with a top cap. You're not gonna see it out of frame, so it doesn't matter.
All right, back upstairs. We're making a slat wall, vertical slats, but we're cutting the backer boards first that we're gonna mount the slats to. If we mount the slats directly to the backer board, we can take it down easily in panels, and the wall will be more or less unscathed. So if you use construction adhesive to attach the slats directly to the drywall, you're just gonna ruin the drywall if you try to take them off.
We are building this for a set and not for house design. If we were building it for house design, we would do this pretty differently, I think. Oh, Jesus! Yep. What are we doing now?
Math.
We're doing math now. Okay, we've got all of the backer boards cut. Now we're gonna cut all the slats painstakingly on the table saw from a giant 4-foot by 8-foot piece of MDF.
Ready to go?
Locked on, ready to go.
So we are going to cut the slats now.
How many slats are we gonna get out of one big piece? You idiot.
We have just enough sheets of MDF and we'll have 3 slats to spare.
Got already?
All right, our slats are sealed and sanded. We had to seal all the cut edges because they soak up paint and they get this like really bumpy texture and you have to sand it all off. Anyway, it's cheaper and easier to seal it first with a acrylic sealer or something like that, or vinyl sealer, I think it was called. Anyway, we're going to mount them to the boards using construction adhesive and brad nails to tack it all in place. And we're going to spray them with the paint spray. Paint spray makes the job easier, but you get a lot of overspray, so you have a lot of product wastage, and that paint's not cheap.
No, it is not.
And I'm frugal, so. There we go. Also, this is gonna be a 2-man lift for this job. These boards are very flimsy, as you pointed out. Mounting them with the PL, we have to be very careful, as you said, so you don't smear the PL everywhere.
Done. So it's looking pretty good. We wanted the slats to be a bit bigger because we wanted the scale to be obvious from the camera, since I was going to be further away in the set from the wall and it was probably going to be a little bit more out of focus. We wanted it to be big enough that shadows would be cast and the slats would be obvious. Because if we did thinner, it would look fantastic, but...
I do love a good tight slat wall.
I like a good tight slat wall too.
Like we did in our living room back in St. John's.
But you know what? Sometimes it's fun to do, if you're doing like the same type of project, to change it up.
Yeah, I
Let's see
suppose.
what it's like. One and a half to go. And cut to the painting part. Oh god, I can't bend over. That looks great. Next we have to clean off all the fingerprints that we left, hang the lights, put the trees back in place, move the table, and then we're good to go.
I feel like a news broadcaster right now.
I always feel kind of like a news broadcaster at the
That was when you were supposed to say the headline. Like, breaking news.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
What's the headline?
You told me just to say breaking news.
Then you were supposed to say what the news was.
The news is that the slat wall is finally done after months.
It's been months. It has been months.
So we started the project technically in February, but we had planned on building the slat wall for like longer than that.
It's been 84 years.
We took some inspiration from the previous slat wall we did in our last house, and we wanted to do something kind of similar, and I was super inspired by this company, which I can't remember their name now, but their Instagram is gonna pop up. This is what their office looked like, and I got super inspired by that photo, and then also my friends over at Love Create Celebrate, they made this beautiful partial slat wall for their kids' room, and I was obsessed with it. So I was talking a little bit with Lindy and asking her kind of how she did it. They made a tutorial on how they did it. It's slightly different than the way we did it. If you want to check out their tutorial, I'll leave it in the description box. They used wood, yes, and we used MDF.
In hindsight, it might have been easier to use wood.
Yes. You live some, you learn some.
That's not the saying.
What is it?
You win some, you lose some.
Oh, close enough.
You were way off.
What did I say?
remember.
I said you win some, you lose some.
No, you didn't.
I
Roll the
don't know what I
clip.
said. You live some, you learn some.
Do you think it turned out how you wanted it?
It turned out exactly how I wanted it. The light fixtures were a little bit bigger than I thought they were gonna be, which actually was a pleasant surprise because I was worried that they were gonna be really dinky, but they're actually quite large. They look cool in the shop, but they look really cool like coming into the studio, which you'll see in the studio tour. Welcome to the show, mug. You're gonna knock this off and break it.
We stuck some Philips Hue bulbs inside these lanterns.
Arlo pendant lights from
Chimera
EQ3.
lanterns, Chimera lanterns.
They're not, they're just like normal pendant lights from EQ3.
They can change colors.
And I'm always a big fan of like dynamic lighting. So obviously studio lighting, but then also practical lighting and how that reacts depending on how you're using the space.
And aside from those practicals, we've got a softbox here and a smaller softbox there, lighting up the slat wall.
We are shooting flat against the wall, and while the wall looks fine without the light, I think adding a little bit of spill from that softbox just makes it a little more dramatic and kind of casts the shadows from the faux plants we have here. If you're using fake plants, don't just take them out of the box, put them in your set and you're done. Look up the picture of what they look like in the real world, out in the live living plant, and then fluff the leaves so they look real. Because there's no bigger tell than saying, oh, that looks like it came out of a box.
I bet everybody right now is gonna go look at their fake plants.
Yeah. But yeah, all in all, I think the slat wall turned out well. I knew it was gonna be good, but it's better than I thought it was gonna be, and it's really transformed this corner of the space, which I'm
Better than you thought it was gonna be, huh?
yeah. I think when it came together with the plants and the lights, I'm just like pleased with how it feels.
Actually,
to be
you
in
know
this
what?
space.
Put together in here definitely had a more synergistic effect.
The rug on the floor is missing. It's on the way. We haven't hung the sound panels over this part of the studio yet because we weren't sure where we were gonna wanna set the table.
So tell me about the electrical panel.
I have never been more offended by a set of curtains in my life. Yeah, notice that we didn't show you the curtains because they were ugly. They were the worst curtains I've ever seen. It was horrendous.
Did you get any video of it before you ripped them down?
I couldn't bring myself to even, I didn't want the photo to be on my phone. It was so bad.
They're a little bit shiny.
They were too shiny.
They kind of look like satin, like spandex.
Not to be negative, but it was ugly as
I've been this angry since you painted that wall red.
I was so mad.
Hated it, and then I told you you couldn't repaint it because you spent $70 on the most expensive paint.
I hung the curtains and I was like, oh my God, I just spent like over $100 on these curtains. And as I was looking at it and I was thinking, this is the worst design choice I've ever made, because I don't like curtains, period. Like in a house, I don't like curtains. Dividing a room, I don't like curtains. But unfortunately down here, there's not really another option unless we build permanent walls. Just thought, you know, hanging a couple of curtains would make it easy. We can just push them out of the way, access the panel. And I hung them and I was just like, why did I do this? I'm actually offended by these ugly, shiny ass curtains. After a while, it was just like, I don't have to live with these I can return these. This is how mad, like, listen, I'm being bad. I was mad.
She was. So we're gonna show you that.
No, because I took them down, packaged them up, and I'm going to return them to Target.
You didn't take any video of them.
I did order some other curtains to try. I've ordered linen
feeling
curtains.
you're gonna hate
I'm
those
probably
just
gonna
as
hate
much.
them. Well, you know what we're gonna build right there.
What are you gonna build?
That.
Did I say it or did I tweet it the other day?
Said it.
Becky has all these ideas, and all I can think of is, there's my time.
Oh, shut up. If you didn't want to do it, you could say no.
Every time you get a crazy harebrained idea.
Last time I checked, your name was on this channel, and all these projects are for this channel. So if you don't stop complaining, I'm taking your name off the channel.
Triple dog dare ya.
What's happening with me down?
2020.
No rules. All right. Well, with that said, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified when we post new videos. Thanks for being patient with us while we were on vacation. It's been 2 weeks, and we're back until October, and then beyond. What? Bye.
Helicopter on it.
We have 33 minutes on the card, and he said, this is just gonna be a short thing.
Give me a short thing.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a short thing if you keep saying the gross
I
things.
feel like a news broadcaster right now.
Nothing I could do. Total eclipse of the heart. Oh, God.
Total eclipse of the fart.
Yeah, you got me. Total eclipse of the fart.